Village of Cambridge Planning Commission, July 14th, 2025 to order at 6:33. Lucy, can I get a roll call?
Absolutely. Ladowski.
Here.
Kirklow.
Here.
Millsap. Oh, no, not though. Schultz.
Here.
Anderson.
Here.
Hollenbeck.
Here.
And
Here.
Gronemus.
Close.
So I'll
Enough.
get it.
Close enough.
All right. Lucy, can I get a proof of posting for this meeting?
Yes, the agenda was posted in the upper and lower level of the Amundsen Community Center, the post office, Badger Bank, and the website.
Okay. Agenda item number 3. Anybody want to make a motion? It's for the minutes from last meeting.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes from the June 9 meeting.
A second.
All right. We have a motion and a second. Discussion. I know you were out, and I know one of the items that was in the minutes last time, which might have been in there, is that we didn't have that process, and we made that recommendation for what happens if you would need to have something updated, that has to update the comp plan. So, the minutes look good to me. They're really good. Okay. Got a motion and a second. All in favor of approving the minutes from June 9th, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? No. Okay, sounds good. Public appearance, public comment. You're here?
Yes.
Would you state your name and just, you can use this time for public comment, but if you want to kind of go over what you've been working on, I know there's some other steps in there. So.
Yeah.
Can you please come up to the table, please?
And just state your name
Sure.
For us.
I already have one, so I'm good. You can give it to me.
Thank you.
My name is Mike Hurl, H-E-R-L. I'm one of the developers for the Westgate Court property. Along with me this evening is one of the gentlemen who is interested in developing part of the excess land that we have back there behind the Quick Trip site.
This is behind the old Quick Trip? Or
This is the new.
The new.
Well, I guess it would actually be behind both.
It's kind of behind both, okay.
Yeah.
Look.
So what we've done is we went ahead and hired Verbeek and Associates, which is a civil engineering firm. They went through our TIF agreement that we have, TIF 6, studied it and came back to us and explained to us that we can do that 35% of the overall land within the TIF district can be housing of some sort. So what we've done is we've platted a large duplexed area of about 9.2 acres here. And then there's some excess land up there. You'll see that we went ahead and we're looking at possibly doing mixed use. So retail on the bottom with 2 or 3 stories of apartments above, pending some kind of the municipal fire department's approval, obviously. And then we already have the existing Quick Trip there. So what we were planning on doing is we know that there's going to have to be a change in the comprehensive plan that apparently was passed last year sometime. And as I understand it, you folks have gone ahead and put together a procedure of how we go about doing that. So I guess the next step is for us to do this application, pay our fee, and then present this plan back to you folks.
Correct. And I really appreciate you, again, taking the time coming out. We didn't have a process procedure when something was in a comp plan and something needed to be, we all needed to kind of understand the process on that. So that's really what we did last time to get that in there. So we now have the ability to do this, what you're actually talking about.
Okay.
And then just to provide another update as well, the TIF part, TIF 6, that I reached out to Ellers and they were aware of any of the changes that never got to them. So I forwarded that information And I have a meeting with them next Tuesday to go over that, because we want to make sure that that works for the villages as well. And so I will meet with Ellers.
Okay, great.
So how many, how many units are you proposing?
Well,
Like
'Cause
26?
there's like a duplex, but then you said some are apartments too, right?
well, these, what you're showing right now, this is a platted duplex, so if there's, I believe there's 26 units right here.
Okay, so they're all the same, okay, got it.
These would be affordable housing units, so I believe that we're looking at a price tag somewhere between, want to help me, 349?
349, maybe a pinch higher, definitely under 360. That'd be about 1,450 square feet, ranch, all single floor level, living, 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, second bath and a master bath, open floor plan, 2-car garage, and the design that we like is each building, one garage. You wouldn't be looking at the front elevation of a building and seeing 2 overhead, 16-foot overhead garage doors. There's enough depth in that building where we can do a side loader too. So it changes up the visual of it quite a bit.
And this is Todd Nelson, by the way, who's looking to do some or all of this.
Thanks.
And what Mike has on that site plan is a building that I've built several times before in the past, so I'm super familiar with it. It's a popular floor plan.
Is it the same plan you presented a couple meetings ago?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
And these do not have basements, correct?
No, these will be slab.
Yeah, that's correct. We've done this building a couple times where soil conditions are kind of sketchy a little bit, so we'll underdig, bring in the proper base material so we can then put the frost walls in, fill it up, and then, yeah, it's a slab on grade. So then we kind of eliminate any potential leakage or seeping issues in the basement.
so I think your next steps are, obviously Lucy's gonna get you the form, you guys are gonna fill that out, and then we're gonna go ahead and go through our process and
Yep.
review that, so.
Yep.
Okay.
Excellent.
So can I ask, when would we be able to get that app, and when would we be able to get back in front of this group?
Absolutely, I can put you on for the August agenda. The applications, I can have those to you by the end of the week to fill out. And then I will also follow up with you, Mike, after my meeting with Ellers next
Please.
week.
Okay.
Okay?
Any other questions?
Have you reviewed any of this with the fire department or the roads look fine and everything. We've had a lot of conversations about the vineyards development and not having enough access points in and out. And this is a lot of added population in one zone with one road.
Right, and when we did the traffic analysis out front, with Tatty, Tatty went ahead inside the report.
Okay.
It shows, we didn't know quite what we were gonna be putting
Yeah.
back here, but it clearly stated that it was gonna be able to handle
Okay.
it just fine.
Okay.
And
I
I
think
believe
they'll-
you had that on file.
I think there'll be a lot of people here at the next meeting, would be my guess. 'Cause I've had people come up to me about this project. I didn't think there'd be so many units. So there might be some little activity.
I've been warned.
Yep.
All right, thank you.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Do we have any other public comments? Okay, all right, no more public comments. Moving on to new business. Discussion and possible action regarding the Plan Commission committee documents. Lucy sent those out to everybody. This came from last week. We were like, hey, we would really like orientation and what we do, who we are, to help out some of us. So Lucy, do you want to go through just the
Yeah.
documentation that you sent out?
Yes, so this, again, is just something I drafted. I would love your input. This does not have to be set in stone. But I went to a few other municipalities' websites as well to try to find information, found a few friends, and then just put what I thought was relevant to Cambridge in here. So for the orientation, whenever we get a new board member or committee member, this would be very, I thought, helpful, Sarah, you know, to know what the purpose is, roles and responsibilities. And then I have the links for the zoning ordinance, the Department of Administration Planning resource link, which is very helpful because what this committee does is it's the first step of getting something to the board for development, or you know, rezoning or changes to properties here. I also have a link to the League of, or no, is that all still through the Wisconsin? Nope, then I have a League of Wisconsin Municipalities link, a link to the comprehensive plan, which I did include in this packet. I hope none of you printed it off. And then meeting procedures, which most of you have done this, so that's pretty general. The expectations, those are, you know, review the materials in advance and follow ethical standards. And I think a big thing is if you have, it's such a small community, but if you have ties to somebody doing a development or asking for something, to recuse yourself or at least make that known. And then the contact, so hopefully we'll have a clerk to put in there. Village planner, that was something I learned. I want to share with you guys. I did not know who did our planning. And
You mean the comp plan or?
no, so like if we need a professional planner, I was not sure where to go. Board members, or do you know who would we go to for planning?
Not in Cambridge, I don't.
Okay, it is MSA
Okay.
for planning. Also, our building inspector helps a little bit with that, with the zoning and setbacks and things of smaller projects, but really it's MSA, but we only utilize them if it's a larger project. They don't assist with planning on even like commercial remodeling unless it's warranted. We'll have them take like a quick peek and they'll be, you know, to see if they have some concerns, but that I'll have to update that. I did not know that. And then Public Works Director, which again is also to be determined. The oath of office and training, and then priorities. So reviewing zoning code updates, the comprehensive plan amendments, housing or economic development studies, and design guideline developments, which again goes with the comprehensive plan. And basically the whole point is that comprehensive plan that we have is to ensure that everything else aligns with the goals for the Village of Cambridge, in 20 years as it is today. And so even though we have that amendment process, after I've had time to really dig in and review that, it shouldn't be done, I guess, real careful consideration needs to be taken.
Okay. One of the items you have in here is the purpose of the commission. I think that's number 2.
Yeah.
And you have in there preparing and updating the village's comp plan. Is that actually the job of the commission, or is that the MSA to do
Well-
that?
Well, we kind of direct.
Yeah, we direct.
Yeah.
That's what I was kind of getting
Yep.
at. We aren't actually doing the comp
No,
plan,
but
right?
you're part of it.
Directing.
Yeah, we do.
Well, they kind of wrote it, kind of.
Yeah,
Okay. I just want to make
and
sure.
then we went over it and,
Okay. They're kind of the lead to gather the stuff, and then we review all the pertinent items, okay, okay.
And
that
I
makes
can
sense.
change that to assisting on the preparation and updating.
I just wanted to be clear, because I was a little unsure, do we like sit down in a?
We had many meetings.
Okay,
Yes.
and that's what I was getting at.
And they
like,
just
if
did
There's
it.
like a comprehensive plan kind
So-
of thing? Okay,
Yeah,
that
and luckily
makes
we just did it.
Yes.
And we do that every
10.
10 years?
Isn't it 10?
It's 10.
Was it
10 years?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. But then amendments, that I got it.
Yes.
Okay, sounds good. Well, if I'm still on this committee in, what, 8 years since the last, all right, well then.
That could be
We're gonna
bad.
love it.
Then I'll get part of that process, got it.
No, don't
So
say
don't
that.
worry about that for today, so, okay.
Okay. Any other parts of that? Yes.
First of all, I'd like to congratulate you. It's a wonderful document.
Yep.
It really is. I would say a couple of things. One, it would be helpful to have the, especially for a new person, to have the contact information for all of the commission members. That should probably
Great.
be
No.
be part of this as well.
Absolutely.
And then the other thing I would suggest is that at least the new people would meet with the head of the commission, it'd be you then, Brian, and/or the village president, to go over it, to ask questions, to provide a little more background, whatever. It might be a 15-minute meeting, might be an hour meeting, I don't know, but
Sure.
some sort of almost like a training session, if you will. I think that would be helpful.
I like that.
I agree.
You don't
Absolutely.
have somebody walking into a meeting not knowing what in the heck I'm doing here. They've already talked about it before, so the expectations of what's going on.
Right,
there,
I
and make
would-
it kind of comfortable. I think, I like that idea.
One of, just to add to that, one of the things along with that, as part of the orientation packet, would be to have all the types of forms in there as well. And, that's another story. I mean, it's a little difficult to find. Our forms are all over the place. But like have the fee schedule and, right-of-way permit, conditional use permit application, some of the basic forms in there so that the first time you don't see it, you've seen it before it comes to a meeting. That would be a goal of mine to have those included as well.
Are those things all online?
Not yet, but they will be.
Because, again, if there was some kind of a meeting, training, whatever, with Brian and whoever, that could be part of that session and not necessarily include all of that in a packet like this, because then the packet gets to be like this.
Yes, that is true.
and-
Or at
and-
least where to go to get
Right,
the links and
exactly,
everything.
absolutely.
So we talked
That-
about that. I think we talked about in economic development, that we talked about making sure on the village page for the plan commission, all the pertinent stuff that normally would be there is there. If it's not, then let's get it up there and then.
Right now, the only thing, and it's not even, I want to say it says the comprehensive plan. It doesn't even say like the plan commission page per se. It just has the comprehensive plan and the amendments. Doesn't have like who's on the commission, anything like that. Again, all stuff that I need to update in due time.
We thought it'd be nicer to have somewhere in there so that developers know how do they go and get
Sure.
things going. Just an easy way to get kind of questions answered there. I know other people know how to do business, but we want to welcome others. I like it.
I think it's wonderful, I really do, including the bylaws and the mission statement. I think it all kind of ties together very nicely.
Thank you. And
Yep.
again, and again, the nice thing is this, as a commission, if something doesn't align and today it seems fine, but then we get in a situation, this can be revised and we just update the date, and as long as the majority approve, this is just a starting point for us to move forward.
From having nothing to having this is great. This would have been great right off the bat, so I think it's a great
Agreed.
step, and I'm glad we're doing this in all the commissions, so that everybody knows their roles, responsibilities, and things.
I like it. So, and the ownership will be on you to make sure that we all actually sign this form, and you're set up somehow to be able to keep that
Absolutely.
filed, okay?
Yep.
Excellent.
Absolutely.
I have one last question, and I don't mean to stick on this, but the mission statement has been here, but it does say preserving the village's unique character, which speaks a little bit to like aesthetics of things.
Well, the aesthetics are called out in the comp plan, though, that were to help,
Right.
not tell them what they gotta do, but to
Right.
help direct them.
Okay. So I just want to make sure everyone's clear, and I'll reread that part of it. Yeah.
Yeah, that could go into art.
It could,
mural,
yeah,
it'd be
could
good
get very,
venture into the world. I see where you're
very
going.
subjective depending on what we're doing, but
Okay.
okay. I agree. It was really great to see. Would have been nice to have a year ago.
For me, 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Maybe like 17.
Yeah.
All right, Lucy, I don't think there's any actual things we need to do with this, other than, I think it gave you a little bit of feedback for some other items in there, some contacts for all the
Yeah,
committee
to
members and
include
things
in,
like
the
that.
especially in the orientation packet, I'll make a page with everyone's contact, just for the members. That will not go on the website. But,
And then add a note that, when a new member comes onto the committee, that they meet with the commission president, the village president, to just get a quick overview of committee assignment, roles, responsibility type of thing, kind of an onboarding step, so.
absolutely.
And then I'm good with sending these out to everybody and moving forward. If we find other things that need to be added in there, we'll just keep it going, so.
Always be done.
Sounds good to me, and I don't think we need to make any motions or anything, just do that, so.
No. Okay.
Good work, Lucy, thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
All right. So next topic.
Is the fee schedule.
Well, this was a rabbit hole for me going down. I not everything was in one spot, and
This is the 2022 fee schedule?
this is the last time I could find that it was updated. And please, if you think there's something more, I searched in the shared drive, and that was the most recent. If you see written in pen, and this was in the shared drive like this, so the sewer connection fee, that's $1,500. That was missing from here. And then the parks, what that is, I figured out. That's the park impact fee, $1,524. And I believe that is per square footage. Please.
I don't know if that's right or not. That
Okay,
makes sense
so
to
a
me.
single family home would be the 1,524. I know that, again, not in here.
You said you had to look to find this, right? It's a resolution, so it
It-
should be posted somewhere, right? So-
Yes, and it was under resolutions instead of fee schedule, which that's not where I was looking for fee schedules. And then the second, which doesn't, a lot of this doesn't pertain to Plan Commission, but we have a separate resolution for several other of our fees. And one thing I noticed, a lot of municipalities put everything on one instead of having two different ones. I'm not saying what is right and what is wrong. And then our third document regarding this, Lodi let me bring this to you guys. This is all of their fee schedule of fees, and they have everything on. They have it all in one. It's a little easier to follow. One thing I do want to note, they're actually reviewing, not the formatting. I think the formatting and everything's going to stay the same, but they're reviewing all of their fees, and there's a very highly probable chance a lot of these are going to be increased here. So just to use it at, this was just like a reference for how I envision it looking, having it on our website, easily accessible.
So you're basically saying we have two resolutions where we have a fee schedule. One in this resolution for building inspection fee schedule from 2022. And then there's the license resolution that has all the like dog license, liquor license, and all those other things. What you're, I gathering you're suggesting is, wouldn't it be good to just put a fee schedule of everything on, so everybody knows exactly what it is, and not have to go dig into resolution from 2022 to go find out what I have to do to submit that plan that he wants to submit into something? So this is not currently on the website, other than where these resolutions are, correct?
I don't believe that these resolutions are on our website at all.
So how would anybody know what the fees are?
They would call us.
They would
They
call.
would just call it?
That's what I
So-
did.
Okay, so,
I agree, I love the table format. You could also just add a column saying which resolution it was approved in.
yep, I kind of.
And
look
then
at
it's
that
all in one
as a
place.
reference, in case you have to make, if there's an adjustment, like you said, as they review the things, this is where the resolution was, where
Yeah.
this applies to.
That'd be a great idea.
I
Yeah.
like that, actually.
So that's point one. Point two is a lot of our fees, and time is not my friend right now. But I did a little digging and our fees are pretty low.
Okay.
For many
Those the
things.
highlighted ones on the Lodi one where you kind of compare?
No,
or that's,
no, that I think might be things they're looking at. That's just how
Okay.
it was sent to me, so I'm not sure. But
So you're saying we should also review the fees?
we need to review the fees, and that is not going to be something, from my point of view, that's gonna happen overnight. Usually from my past, when you're doing the fee changes, we would like to implement them as of January 1st, 2026, not yet in this year.
Correct. So the committee would be making fee recommendations, and then they would still need a resolution to enact those,
By the board,
those
right?
fee recommendations. Do we have a financial component to, you know what I mean, like, well, let's just raise fees for the sake of raising them, keeping up with inflation? Is it that we're getting higher bills for us to do? You know what I mean, like, why are we raising it? Are
Okay,
we
well,
a
sure.
shortfall from
So,
MSA? So
let
that
me-
would make sense,
There's
right?
there's a couple things. Not necessarily relating to plan commission, but I just got done with liquor licenses. We do not charge for the background checks, and
So we do them on our own?
we get billed by
So
Dane
that's-
County
Those
for
types
them.
of things are what I'm
And
saying.
we
So-
don't pass them on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
so that,
Those shortfalls are what I'm trying to figure out, right? You know?
I cannot remember off the top of my head, but I want to say it was $10 to $15 a person, and we had like over 50. So that is an area for
Makes
that one.
perfect sense.
Another example, I'm a notary. I'm the only notary in the office right now. There are things the village pays for me to stay a notary. And it's a, time away from my other duties. Most municipalities do charge a small fee for that. If people get upset, usually if you bank at a local bank, they'll do it for free if you bank with them. That is something that we do not charge for. And being the only notary right now, that's hard because I literally had to step away from Teams meetings, to do that as well. So we need to improve that whole process, but that's just another example. We'll get more into the building inspection part of, once we get to that agenda item. But when it comes to the basic building fee schedule, I think whoever we work with in the future is going to help us with that whole chunk of fees, specifically for building new residential or commercial buildings.
Okay.
So it's going to be more of the, miscellaneous fees. And yes,
I guess from my perspective, I have no idea what I would be referencing. If miscellaneous replacements, we charge $75. I don't know if that's good or what,
Right.
we spending $200 and then we're just charging back 75 and we just never kept up with inflation, that kind of thing, so.
Was 22 the last time they updated the fees?
Yeah, yes.
I don't remember.
The building inspection one, and my guess is that that was when the contract with Safe Built probably was started. And then the last time, so the other one is usually updated yearly because that resolution, because the dog licenses, those get up, we are at Dane County and Jefferson County.
We passed that.
They
tonight.
pass that, and then we decide what are we going to charge. So we have to work with the county. So that's why that one has been updated more recently. And when I did look, this one was updated every single year because we work with the county. And that's always as of usually the first of the year.
So Lucy, you said that, is it MSA is gonna help do some work on the fees for the main building things, but it's some of the other administrative fees, miscellaneous, these other types of things in there that we're gonna need to review? or-
So there are a lot of these are all gonna go under building inspection, which we are close to the end of our current contract. And so I think whoever we end up using for building inspection will help with a lot of this. I had a hard time finding a rezoning fee. You know how last meeting we were talking about, what do we charge for rezoning? I see all the zoning on the new constructions, but and I have zoning permit for new 1 and 2 family dwellings and accessory structures and stuff. Can you guys see a rezoning on here? Because I could not find one for the life of me.
I don't see one either, and we did talk about it being costing more because we needed MSA to do work to have that happen.
Yes.
The
So-
only, I didn't see rezoning, the only thing I saw was re-inspection and addition, I don't know if that's thrown into the other.
That's all goes with the building permit, so.
That's-
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're saying we may be missing things?
I think yes,
And is that somewhere in a different resolution somewhere where there's a rezoning fee somewhere, or, not that you need to know right this,
No,
like,
I'm seeing
not
if I
asking
put my
that.
folder here. Oh, look at me last week. Last week Lucy helped me. Oh, today. So CUP was not on that list. Conditional use permit. So the only way I could figure out what the fee was is it's on the actual application. So that's $350.
Yeah.
We need to get that on our
But there's
schedule.
no reference to anything where that got established or anything else, and, okay, I see the problem.
So
I think just like you looked at Lodi, maybe we can reach out, and I'm not saying you necessarily,
Yeah.
but maybe somehow we reach out to other municipalities, get examples
yes,
to help compare
yes.
and see if we're missing anything.
Yes, and I do think that for many of these items, when it comes to zoning and planning, we're not recouping. We feel very confident in stating that we're probably in the red because we're not charging appropriately.
Well, that would make it more palatable, easier to explain when we're adjusting these fees of why we're doing this, right?
Right.
So that would help, you know what I mean, so.
Yeah, and using this Lodi form might identify a bunch that we're missing. Because the variance bill for a variance request,
That's what
that was
we're-
very pertinent to me because it was $400 check I wrote out. So I knew we used to charge that.
I found that in my search too.
I have no idea if we still charge for it.
Variance, that's the, so MSA went over this with me real briefly. I saw, they were here for another reason, and I'm like, there's gotta be more with their history of them working with us. Variance was the other one, that they said, I don't see a variance on here at all. And then we need to add the comprehensive plan amendment fee as well to the,
Yep.
I mean, we really, and-
I like the idea of one sheet with a whole list of the fees, all on one sheet, not having to go find this over here and all this other stuff, all with references where it is. If you wanna dig further in it, go into the resolution and go dig into that, so. And I also like the part about truing up some of these costs if we're undercharging, why, I mean, like,
Yeah.
so.
So we need to make this a goal of this commission to get these updated before the end of this year.
yes.
And then, do those fees need to go to the full board?
Yes.
Then to approve them, okay.
And you're saying the timeline would be, because we ran into this, when we worked on the room tax, is that it'd be great, we put it out there and we were like, well, you can't just drop it on this whole thing, we gotta have some communication. So if we
Could have
get
it.
it done by the end of the year and get it approved by the board, will it take effect in January 1, or do we need
I
more time?
don't think this is going to be that difficult of a task if we
Okay.
could, get it, September.
Okay, then it's not a
We have-
problem
we
if
have
we
a
get
few,
it
we have a
approved.
few meetings, September, even October, so that we can get it to the board, and then, with the tax bills, we could, I'm not sure, what the Village of Cambridge has, done in the past, but other municipalities I've worked for, we do a newsletter, and that would be something that we could put in the newsletter with the tax bills to,
Okay.
Are there other communities that we could talk to, like a Waterloo or, I don't know if you have relationships with them?
We probably could do online searches on their websites and find
Yeah, true.
schedules just like that we
Yeah.
want.
Yep.
yes.
Okay.
Is that something we should do?
Well,
or
would
is it-
anyone like to reach out to one or two communities and see, bring back to the next meeting? Or even just forward to me and I can share it with all of you?
I'll look at Waterloo.
Okay.
They're probably a little bigger than us, I would guess, but
Okay. If somebody could get some of the other fee schedules, if it's pretty easy, like kind of in Lodi's format or something on their site or something.
I'll
2
reach
or
out to
3 of 'em,
Marshall.
Okay.
I can take all that and compare it into what we got and kind of table out real easy for us to see, like,
Yeah.
where do we even not even have this, are we way low or something else, and that way I think we can work through some of that. It would be also great, Lucy, if we had, like I said, it may be gonna be a little bit with the inspector contract, but those fees, what we're actually getting charged for these things, so we make sure we kind of balance that up. I think that would help us out, so. Anything else you guys think we need to help us out with this? Knowing what other places have, making sure we don't have gaps, and then understanding what the cost we are paying for these things.
now how did, you just had a relationship with Lodi and they offered, or
So,
you went out on a website?
no, actually, I had a meeting with MSA, and since Lisa's left, I've had a bunch of people reaching out to me, not for small commercial projects, like possibly buying a small commercial building and then doubling the footprint by, more than half, and setbacks. And I used to work in building inspection for the city of Sun Prairie, but I had a department for all that, and I was at a loss. So the plant, Bill, the engineer, Bill Pino, came with the planner, Stephen, and I can't think of his last name right now, and they went through the processes with me because I was not sure, okay, I have this, well, am I supposed to be checking to see what their setbacks are, getting the property file? I know how to do that. I don't have the capacity right now with being, we're short upstairs. And so then he shared that he works with Lodi as their planner, and that's how I got that information. But I definitely think I'll reach out to Marshall, that I have a good relationship there. If you want to reach out to Waterloo so we can see, and when I was given the Lodi information, I was told that they are going to be revising that as well. So as for the actual numbers, to keep that in mind.
Does MSA work with Lodi then?
They do.
So basically, they're kind of, this is the fees they're charging, they're the ones billing them back for things, so they're in somewhat of alignment. I don't know if we're getting charged the same fees as Lodi, but if it's in the ballpark, that'd be pretty good basis for some of that, so. Who else does MSA work with around here?
Oh, they work with lots of
Oh, is
communities.
there- Okay, so
Yes.
compare 2-3 communities, see what
Yeah.
kind of numbers, okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Not that they're right, but
No,
Yeah.
No, but you'll
no.
see something makes
At
no
least a
sense,
comparison.
and we'll just compare it, I think, so.
And then if there's anything that doesn't make sense, and I need to see how much does it cost us, you
Yep.
know?
how do we check those dog licenses?
Well, I don't know, is that this group's, group 2, or is that the license?
So that would be, that actually would go to the village board. I don't even think that goes to licensing.
Yeah, I didn't think
Um,
that was ours, I was wondering if that, I saw it in the notes, I'm like, are we gonna be
Yeah.
doing liquor
Because-
license reviews? I'm like, I didn't, okay, I didn't see that in the mission
No,
statement
and-
either.
And we'll focus on the, the fees that are, tied with plan commission, and then we'll work with other communities or the village board to fill in the rest.
Okay. So how about this, if, a couple committee members can gather up some of those, and send them over to Lucy, send them over to me, I will zoom them into a comparison kind of table and then get it to Lucy for our next meeting, so.
Sounds good.
That
I'll-
sounds
Some
great.
of this we're working off of, and then we'll, make progress on that, so. Sounds good. 2022, yeah, some of these need updating, it looks like, so, okay,
Yes.
that's our job, so.
Well, and then our next, are we okay to move on?
Yep.
Okay,
I'm good.
Our next item, I didn't have any documentation in the packet because I did not get it until late Friday afternoon. But in case you did not know, per the board's, I guess, recommendation, the former administrator reached out to Safebelt to let them know that we are going to be going out for RFP in the future. We weren't happy with their services. And about a month ago, give or take a few days, I got a letter from Safebelt of them terminating our contract as of, I believe it is September 12th. And so I created an RFP for building inspection. And I wanted to bring it to the board, and President Bruning wanted it to go to committee. So I have it on the Public Works agenda for Wednesday, but after digging, I realized in the past it's always come to Plan Commission. And that makes more sense to me. So my apologies, that was just directed to bring it there, and I can work with both, to review. So MSA offered to, for free, review my RFP to make sure I wasn't missing anything. And I'm like, absolutely, that's great.
What kind of deadline do you have on it?
I did not, so I have a tentative on there, but I haven't, nothing's been posted.
September is gonna come quick.
It is.
Yeah.
So, couple things happened. I did not know MSA had building inspection department. I guess that when, a year ago when Chris Butchke left, Safebelt, we went to them to see if they could take us on, and they couldn't. They started, in the Baraboo office out of necessity, because there was nobody within miles and miles. And now they've expanded, and I'm probably quoting it wrong, but they're all over there, up to the Fox Valley, and they would have the capacity. One of the things I need to do is reach out to our village attorney, because that contract that we currently have with Safebelt until September, it is not being fulfilled, like correctly. Like,
Right.
there's no communication in the contract. There's supposed to be office hours. Nobody has been in the office in months. I try to get a hold of people, and the only person I can get in contact with is like the permit person. And I don't know if inspections are being done, if permits are being closed. And
They're
com-
winding it down, so
coming,
they're not gonna.
coming
No.
from a building inspection department that was extremely, extremely tedious, and you did not move on to step D until A was full and clear.
So
Yes.
So- We need to
MSA
get
might
this-
be able to fill in,
So, they are going to, they presented, and I, like I said, I didn't have it in time to get for this packet, to be interim building inspection, to fill that role. And I wanted to check to see if we can't terminate the current contract sooner, because the conditions are not being met, and they have not.
what are we paying them?
And we're paying them.
Yeah, do you know what we pay them?
So what, I believe, they keep, they get, the majority of it, and we keep a small percentage. What I can tell you is our admin assistant in the office, puts in numerous hours, and so I feel very confident saying that we're losing money on this. Because of that, they get the majority. What we keep, I don't know if it's even keep, handling those out.
So this will be better anyway, so we can take our time a little bit,
Yes.
as long as they're filling in.
Yes. So that is, again, all things I'm working on, and then I need to bring,
Are we then double paying in essence then? Because we're still paying them. they're
Unless we
not-
can terminate.
that's why
And
I,
then we need to get the
that's-
legal team to make
that's
sure.
why
we handle
I
it.
have to get in touch with Jane, and that this just happened on Friday.
Okay, if we can, then that makes
Yeah,
sense
just-
to just cut it.
And they would, MSA does their fee schedule for building permits, it's totally different. They don't keep a percentage. But everyone that they work with is in the black. So they make sure, that the Village of Cambridge charges enough so that we recoup, and then they bill us.
Okay.
So that is just a little bit about building inspection, and I did not have enough time to get all of the details in there. I will have the,
Are you gonna have to release that RFP then before our next, I mean, we're not gonna meet again for,
well, if we're able to just use the MSA as an interim,
okay,
I don't have to
Okay, good.
necessarily go for RFP, because it is a safety concern. It is kind of it is an emergency situation where we are not
okay.
aware of inspections happening, and no
So
one.
you have everything you can have once you meet with the legal group to see if that's, then you can act on a number of things?
Yes.
Okay, okay.
Yes. And I would like to, again, just with the urgency and that September timeline coming around, possibly go straight to the board. We'll see
Okay.
what President Bruning has to say without going to committee first. But
Help me if I'm wrong, has this been going on a while, or, I mean,
it has been going on over a year.
Oh,
okay.
When you speak with MSA about this and they offered for their interim services, are they aware that they're going to have to go to RFP after, when we're ready?
Yes.
So we don't want to promise them that they're going to get it, basically.
Yep.
We need at least three bids probably, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that is that, and then.
So no action for us,
No,
just
no
awareness?
action, just wanted to bring that to light, and there's a lot of moving parts, and I'm hoping that we can make some progress with this in the next month.
Sounds good. All right, 5D, comp plan, I see it was included.
I included it, I know, so it is on our website. I feel like some people, maybe Jennifer, you had some questions on it. you didn't feel like it matched up with what's an access stain, or?
It was more the mapping, and either I need to talk to MSA and they can teach me how to read the maps better, or some of the current zoning on access stain doesn't match what our comprehensive zoning shows.
Gotcha.
Thank you for including it. I haven't gone through it, but yes, it sounds like you guys did a lot of work.
They did.
That's a lot of work, yeah.
Once I saw how big it was, like, okay, that makes sense.
So, and all of the comprehensive plan and all of the amendments to date are all on the website. I definitely feel like they could be in a better place. If I bring up the website, I wanna say it just said, it didn't say like plan commission, it said, goodness, now I wanna see how it was articulated on the website. I wouldn't have known that's where I needed to, if I were just a homeowner or someone that lived here, I would not have known that's where I needed to go to see that.
The one question I had, I don't know in general, but there's an appendix B, and it's got kind of action items, and it's got like short term and long term, and it's like, okay, we're ongoing on almost all of them in the short and long term, but I wouldn't have a clue what is the stat, you know what I mean, like, hey, or what are we doing anything in any of the,
Well, yeah, and one of the things, while I was digging through this and other files related to this is, when this was passed, it was intended that it is reviewed by the Plan Commission annually.
Correct. Right,
Yep.
that was part of it at that time.
Yes.
Because there's certain things in there that should be done on an annual basis, and to make sure that they are completed. They're supposed to be reviewed, and I believe we said we would review it. This one was signed, I think, in 23, November,
was
December
23.
23.
12/7/23.
12/7, okay, there we go. And I think that by the following July, which was a year ago now, we were supposed to have had our first review of this thing. And we didn't.
We never did it.
No.
Okay. So it sounds like we should probably do that.
We should go through it and find out what items need to be looked at.
In that appendix B specifically kind of thing?
I think there might be several places in there where there are things to be done,
Okay.
action items and so on.
Okay.
I can look through it. I can come up with some ideas of what it would be, and I can send them on to everybody or to you, Brian.
Yep.
Um,
I just noticed appendix B kind of had some of these vague items of like,
Yeah.
yeah, we should do that. And it's like, yep, it's on a short-term list. Well, like you said, it's 2.5 years into it.
Right.
Do we even know we're supposed to be doing that? Who is doing it, right? Us
Well,
kinda
no
making
one's
sure-
doing it.
Yeah.
But I mean, in each of the sections, we had policies, and then we had actions and goals.
Yep.
And we were,
We gotta follow. up the
theoretically, we
plan.
were gonna go through and, hey,
There's a
our
section
policy
for
is
economic
correct.
development,
Oh,
Brian.
I noticed that
Yeah.
in there too, and I was like, I know we're not connecting. So some of these things, great goals, but if we're actually doing them, we should probably like get them to the appropriate places and things like that. So
Oh.
I like that idea. Thanks for putting the comp plan in there. It helped me out a lot. I hadn't seen it before, so.
No, and myself, that was the first, I mean, I've seen it floating around because there were numerous copies. But it was the first time I went through it from front to back, and
So if you could pull some of those items out then for next time, and
Sure.
then let's see, we're in July. I guess it was a goal a year ago, but maybe by August if we can.
But it was a
if we
goal
could
of
go through
2
that.
years ago. No, it was just a year ago, I'm sorry.
It seems like yesterday.
Yeah,
If
But-
we can go through kind of that summarized list of some of those things and say, can we start crossing some things off? Can we start at least adding those and get those going? So, okay. Sounds like a great item for next agenda meeting. So, excellent. Anything else on the comp plan?
no, that's it.
Okay. Excellent.
This is going to be
That's going to affect, yes.
there'll be a lot of people here.
They want to
Yeah.
amend the
On that.
comp plan about this,
Yeah.
and there's a whole thing. Yep.
Yeah,
Well,
I
that's
was
why we
approached by
wanted to-
someone too.
But that's also why
Yep.
we did that process, so that there
Right.
was a process, there it goes to the committee, there's a chance for people to do this, and so.
Now, when they first came to us, they only had a couple of buildings.
Right,
They didn't have 27.
that's
No.
right.
This will be,
And they were
Very
gonna do apartments
controversial.
first, weren't they?
There was going to be some apartments, if I
and that
remember
kind of got
correctly.
mixed, didn't it?
Right.
Although
you-
they
but
want to do an
yeah,
apartment
they
and
wanna do
tail on the
apartment
first
on
floor
the
with
mixed
apartments
use.
on top
Yeah.
in that leftover piece. But
3-story, and I mean, we wanted 10 to 40 unit buildings, not 100 unit buildings.
Yeah. And now they come up with 27 duplexes. That's,
The people behind will be,
They were here last
Yeah.
time, yeah.
yep.
Since this is only my second meeting, is the crematory off
That's
the
gone.
table?
Yep,
Off the table.
That's
They're
off the
done.
table completely, okay, just wanted to clarify that, thank you.
That was at
They
the
wa-
board meeting before you took the thing.
Okay,
through that, so it
okay.
Just came in
Okay.
when we went through, yep.
Thank you,
Yeah, we okayed it, and they had second thoughts.
okay. Okay,
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna move on to unfinished business. Do we have anything left over from last time? I didn't see anything in there. If you do have anything or anything comes up, get those over to Lucy and we can get those on the agenda, so. Okay. I didn't have any correspondence, so, nothing came in for me, so, but we have this, sort of the same, but it'll be pretty big, so. Item number 8, other item legally, the old Quick Trip, I think that's,
So that was, and I want to say that was Mr. Millsap's item. He wanted to know what was happening with that. It was for sale. And what I can share is I believe there are a few people interested in that parcel, a piece of property still for sale. I have fielded some phone calls. And part of our assessing process, we have Board of Review tomorrow, that property had to be amended how it's being assessed, because it doesn't have gas pumps, it doesn't, it's not what it was a year ago, so some changes had to happen with that. But I don't know, no one has come to me with what their plans are. I've heard rumors, but nothing concrete has come
So it's
to.
not sold.
It is not sold as of, that I know of as of right now.
is it for sale?
It is for sale.
Yeah.
That's it, okay.
And I did see like they re-asphalted it and
They're trying to
stuff.
cover all tanks, well, the tanks are on.
Yeah. So I don't have any updates, but I do expect if someone does purchase it and plans to do something, I would think they'd reach out to us here.
So
Yep.
who's responsible for Quick Trip's responsible for the sidewalk, correct? And is there a plan for that to actually
Yes.
start to be put in?
So they, and I believe that Mike was part of that, am I correct?
I think so.
With the other gentleman, so many names. But they got an extension for the sidewalk, through the DOT, and what I was told what the issue is that the DNR and the DOT both are giving them different dimensions, and they're off by inches, and they're working through it. I mean, that is what I was told. And one of the suggestions that, and it wasn't a real formal offer or anything, but they made a comment about maybe we'll just have the village take care of it. And I'm like, nope, we're not doing it. You're not just going to give us money. No, we'll make sure that they take care of it. But that is definitely putting pressure on them, because we are not getting road aid because that project has not been completed to plan. But that is, yes.
So it's a sidewalk going to go all the way to Quick Trip, pretty much,
Yes.
around and into the new
Yes.
area.
Yes.
It would be nice. I rode my bike across the Quick Trip. It's quite fun to get across that road. So I only do it once in a great while, so yeah, that'd be good. So
Yep. So that's all I have for that, and then,
hopefully the DNR and the DOT get together and iron it out. So
yes.
solar project, anything? Updates
I
on?
have not had time to reach out, so that's why I kept that on there, because I think that was Jeff as well that wanted to know.
They're
That's
rolling
not,
along pretty
They
quickly.
are.
it's not,
Deerfield, kind of over on that side.
and it's not in the village of Cambridge, but he wanted somebody to come from the company and present to the plan commission about that project. I don't know if that is something we can request of them, being that it's not in the
I don't
village.
think they have to do that.
They don't have to.
No.
So, but
It's happening.
I
yeah.
think some of the comment last meeting was about the wear and tear on our roads, if trucks are going on our roads, and what that might mean to
Yeah.
Cambridge. And I don't know, I think mostly they're going on PQ and 73, so I don't know that's really affecting us that much, but,
And Highway 12,
yeah, Highway 12, yeah, which isn't ours.
you know, and State Farm Road too.
All of those, yeah,
It's everywhere.
yeah.
Do we want to leave it on our business? Do we want to get it up? I mean, they don't have to come again.
I can try to reach out to them, at least to
Do
get
you
an
guys want to hear
update.
from them? I don't want to just have them in for,
I don't know what it serves us.
Right.
I mean, I don't know, I mean,
It's happening and
Right.
there's nothing we can do.
right,
There's
exactly.
nothing in our comp plan that has anything to do about it. It's happening right around us, so we're just aware of it, I guess. So
Yeah.
Well, landlocked us is
that's
what it did.
yeah.
But it's all, it's, like you say, it's happening.
Yeah.
It's a done deal, and so I
We
don't,
like it or not, it's
if you
happening.
want to know what's going on, just drive down one of those roads and you'll see what's
That's
going
right,
on.
and you'll see exactly what's going on.
Where you can hear it from my house.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So can we.
I wonder
Is
if
that
you
the
could.
boom, boom, boom? Yeah.
Anyway, so I wouldn't,
No, okay.
you got enough other things to do.
I
I
don't know if
really-
it serves the plan commission.
I-
I mean,
Right.
more of a curiosity if there was any details.
If something
but I don't
comes
know.
my way, I will absolutely share it, but
That
I
sounds
won't
like a
seek
good
it.
idea.
Yeah,
Okay.
Cool.
All right, I'm on to number 9.
Also move to,
Can I get a motion to
Uh,
adjourn?
adjourn.
All right.
I
got a
move to
motion.
adjourn.
I will second.
All right, Sarah seconds. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Nice